Alright, solar YouTubers. There she is. I'll give kissies to you, audience. That's the only reason you guys watch my videos. It's for the cat. Alright, so this is the second video I made. The first video, I still use my short one. I didn't put new cables in there, but I did. So all these are 5-foot cables. I know, pretty excessive, but I don't have a choice. That's all I had. And so I got positive from this battery on the fuse going to the positive of this battery, not the fuse. Positive from this battery going into the VEVOR. And so I have the negative of this battery going into the negative of this battery, plus it's going into the VEVOR. So I got one post of one battery and one post of another. So positive of this one and negative of this one, and these are in parallel. Negative to negative, positive to positive. So I got these in parallel. So I got 25.6 and 200 amp hours. It's a cap. So you get electrocuted. And so let's go look at the system real quick. What is the system doing? It's charging now because I plugged, unplugged, and everything else. So battery power. So we look at here, very little solar coming in. We got the grid that's on right now. So it's solar coming in, batteries being charged. Let's back it up a little bit. There we go. Batteries being charged. Load is on. I've had that refrigerator on and off a couple of times. So it's at 71% at 26.3 volts. And I've got 160 coming in the grid. So we're gonna look like it now. I've unplugged that, plugged that in several times, so it's all messed up. I did have the batteries sitting in the foam trays, but they were hard to move around, so I took it out. So the EB3A is fully charged. So hopefully the fridge will quit running. The grill will kick on. Charge those batteries up where I need to be. I didn't charge them up before I put them on the machine. You know, it's not going to mess them up. You know, we get what, 10 years out of these bad boys, something like that. So I'm trying to see if the serial numbers are close. They are close. Okay, cool. So look at the serial numbers. That is a 24100 and 276. Same thing as 282. So these are pretty damn, 6 batteries off. Sorry about that. I had a fly on my phone. And it's not bad. Battery off the phone. I didn't check the voltage when it come in. You know, I really don't care, because it's going to get charged anyway, being charged now. So you want to see the manual? Open up the manual and take a look at the manual real quick. All right, so the manual here, there's that part of it. Charging voltage 28, so I charge up to 28 point. Yeah, I get up there. And there's that. Safety instructions. Yeah, we don't know French. Warnings. Yeah, we don't know English. I mean Spanish. And that's what that looks like. And then that's what that looks like. And that page there. Sorry. And that one there. That's the under voltage warning. Under voltage. I'm hungry. I've worked all day. I'm tired. I had 2 residentials to do today. Here, residentials. PVC, copper, cable size. Okay. Oh, okay. That I'm like, hold on, dude. I didn't. No, hold on. What did I do? I didn't put 48 volts in there. Yeah, that was my fault. Yeah, I was spacing it. That was freaking me out. Hold on, 48 volts. Hold on, hold on. These are 25. What did I do? You know, I was second guessing everything, and that's the parallel. You can jump to 4. Looks like 25, 25. That's like 60. Oh no, that's parallel. That's 400. My fault. Duh, stupid. See, I'm hungry, guys. I'm just not thinking right. That's what I did there, parallel. Oh, 12 to 24 hours. Yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't do that, guys. Yeah, I was supposed to let them be in parallel for that long. So there's no voltage difference between the batteries and let the battery system perform the best. Yeah, so I didn't do that. I didn't fully charge batteries. Yeah, but I didn't do none of this. Didn't do none of it, guys. So, it is what it is. It's not going to destroy the battery. It's not going to screw up the battery where it's not going to work no more. This ain't going to happen. You get that booklet there. Says I need to wear gloves. Yeah, like I have gloves to wear. That's basically it. There's not a whole lot here. So, yep, that's the path. So I didn't do none of that at all. The solar's still coming in. Battery's not being charged. It's just sitting at 23. The grid power is just running the load, and that's what I need to do. I need to go in and reset the settings. That's what I need to do. All right, guys, I forgot I had the whole thing unplugged. I need to go and reset the settings. So I will talk to you guys later. Well, I went through the settings. Everything's still setting what it should be. So as of right now, what it look like on that unit is it's not showing any watts going into the battery, but on my it's showing something going into the battery. But that's what it's doing right now. It's just it's not using the battery, so it's using the grid just enough to between the grid and solar, so they both combine. And I didn't have that in the settings, but I'd had it unplugged and plugged in, unplugged and plugged in several times. Because when I originally did my video, I left these cables on the VEVOR. Not those cables. I left these cables on the VEVOR. These are the cables that come with the Red-Odo 2000 watt inverter. And that's what I had originally on the VEVOR and go into the Red-Odos over there. And so when I hooked this all up in the first video I made, I had these, big cables on parallel, but I used the same short cables, and I had the machine literally sitting on top of the batteries so that the battery wires could reach. And in a video I said I'd just fix it this weekend, but you know what, I'm like, I was going to do it now. And so I had to open up the unit, take the battery, the old ones out, and put new ones in. So I did have a video before this to fix that issue. I need the red cap. So put the red cap on there so that nothing touches it. Look at that. I don't know why that's not working. It never has. Can't get that to be on there. Stay on there. Something. The EB3A is fully charged. For some reason I can't charge out of the where's that port at? Had the fast charge port there. I can't. I was just charging my battery, so maybe a flashlight, so maybe that's why. So, according to the unit, let's see. According to the unit, let's focus in there. There we go. Let's see where are we at. Yeah, so I went up too fast. 24 volts. So my solar is turned off. You hear it ramp up a little bit. There we go. AC fully kicked in. Input to the battery is 30 amps from the inverter. It's 822 watts. Showing the PC, it's showing yeah, it's just coming straight up. So the battery charger did kick in. So it is charging the battery. That's good. And the load is on. So yeah, I didn't equalize these batteries. I didn't charge them up fully. And I don't think that step is going to screw them up. I've seen you guys put these through hell and they're fine. So by not equalize, they're going to be equalized now because they're in parallel. And I didn't charge them fully up all the way. No, I didn't. So if I screw them up, I screw them up. If they don't, whatever. That's what warranty's for, I guess. So that's been too long now. I'm gonna let you guys go. Let's go look at the monitor one more time. And we see that the grid power is off. We see the grid's coming in 318 watts. It's only saying 110 is going to the battery. And 119, but we saw that the grid was definitely it showed more than that. It's only showing yeah, it's not showing the it's showing the grid power 300. That's 800 and it's going into the battery. 825 watts is going into the battery. And the rest is running the load. So I don't know why that's not showing. Well, that's not showing this on this. The battery power is only 110. That's what's showing here. Yeah, it's only showing, yeah, see, that's weird. Because grid is showing 800. AC charging current, 2.8. Now we see 30. Yeah, there's, let me refresh this real quick. Let me refresh that. See, that's, maybe, that there is what I need. No. So between this and the actual unit, it's only showing grid power at 320. It's showing the voltage at 24.4. Yeah, I don't know why the big discrepancies. Let's see what my phone says. This is my other phone that I had that I was forced to give up. Yeah, I was forced to give this phone up. I had a couple apps, well, not a couple. I had quite a few apps that wasn't going to be supporting this Android anymore. Okay, now the grid power is only showing 318. Yeah, it's only showing 318. Yeah. I know Cyrus wouldn't talk to me. Voltaire is different from that, so that's not up to date at all. So when you see this input battery, that's what's going into the battery. We have AC at 30 amps at 828 watts going into the battery, and that's not what. I wonder why that is. I wonder, because you hear the fan ramped up on that. This is not showing that. Both of them not showing that. Both of them showing the same thing. Huh. That's what it looks like on my phone. And that's what it looks like on my computer, of course. Duh, stupid. I'm just tired. I gotta be up and early in the morning. I'm gonna go do carpets. Oh, there we go. Okay, it refreshed. Okay, woo! It must not be a real time. All right, so we got the 800 going in. We got the 1100 coming out of the grid. Okay, so that's why everything shows here. 800. 800 going to the battery. Active power, that's probably running the load. Grid power. So yeah, so we got, okay, so everything's getting good. Everything's working. Well, if you guys wasted this long, thank you. I do appreciate the new subscribers that I have. I started this at 54. Before I started this series, I was like at 54. Now I'm up at 83, and I appreciate it, guys. I really like to know that people care about this kind of stuff. You will never hear me ask for likes or ask for subscriptions. I don't like when people do that. I just don't. I'm not. Yes, I would love my channel to be big enough where I don't have to work. I can just do this stuff all day long. Have enough money coming in where I can buy new stuff and have sponsors give me stuff or view stuff, whatever. You know, that'd be awesome. But I'm living in the real world, and that's just not going to happen. I know maybe one day down the road, several years down the road, maybe. Sorry, getting a drink. But right now, I'm just making a small YouTube channel. I'm just showing you guys my struggles. I've almost quit this a couple times. Just, you know, just quit it, unhook everything, and go back to the grid. And then I'm like, no, dude, I got a lot of money wrapped up in this. So, for you guys, for this setup right here, you can go on Amazon and get these batteries. They're like $268 a piece or something like that. But it's $577 if you get the combo, two of them. It was $600 with shipping, $600 with taxes. That's something. It was up in that area. $600 round off. Then for the VEVOR, it was $254. Okay. And I bought the 3-year warranty, so it was $300. So I got $900 wrapped up just in this right here. And this $900 is running that fridge. It's running my fan in the bedroom, and it's running my heated blanket when I use it. The EB3A is on its own separate, has its own separate string. That's a 200 watt string it's on. And I use that to run my fan by my computer. The solar panels for this is only 400 watts I'm bringing in, 4 100 watt panels. So as of right now, I do not have the solar to bring in for this. Now I am limited on the solar. Simple fact is I rent this apartment. It's not my place, and the owner right now is just gracious enough to let me do what I'm doing with the solar panels up there. I need about 2,000 watts to come in, and that means getting bigger panels. And another thing is that I cannot mount anything to the roof, and that's all. This is totally understandable. I'm not bitching about none of this. Sorry my language. So the solar panels I have up there now are on metal frames. They're triangle frames, and they're adjustable. And I have them sitting on these rubber mats, like so. Menards has these mats. They have them on sale for like $6 a piece. Now they're like 14, 15, something like that, 12, something like that. So I had them like half off. That's how the box was shipped. There was no damage. I had one damage in the other box. I had a damage. Just that little damage there. That's it. But so for me to bring more solar in, they gotta be at least 400, 500 watt panels. But then when you get to that size of panels, they're going to be big, okay? And so I'm just kind of stuck on, I don't want to push the limit. He hasn't said nothing to me, but he knows they're up there. So, I don't have free reign on the roof, let's say that. So I need at least, I got that 1200. I need 2,000 watts coming in. Okay, 2,000 watts would charge. We're running all my stuff with no ease. Solar recharges up during the daytime. I actually have 3 days autonomy for this with the fridge. 3 days. Yeah, I think about 3 days autonomy for the fridge. Fridge is around 90 watts an hour. So we got 100. It's 2,400. I got about 2 days autonomy running this off the fridge, and that's not too bad. And I was going through my settings. I was trying to charge the batteries with the generator, right? And it kept telling me, because I unplugged it from the wall, I plugged it in the generator, telling me that the power was dirty, bad waveform. So I was scrolling through here. Well, let's go through the booklet. Going through the booklet, and I found this setting number 3. And if selected, acceptable AC input voltage range will be within that voltage. I didn't have it set for generator. So it was giving me this warning. It was warning 3 or 4. So maybe I'll probably do that experiment this weekend. I don't want to do it right now. And right now it'd be perfect, but I got to fire up the generator. The handle's sticking on it, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. So I want to do that maybe this weekend or something. Set that to the generator mode and then run the generator, see if that works. That's about it. Sorry for a long video. That's about all I got. So you guys have an awesome night.